Gentlemen, and welcome to a long-awaited Mr. Mercury 3000 production. So, as you can tell, a little bit of time has flied since my last one. Y'all don't normally see my face. You haven't in a while. So here you go. This is me. I mean, last time I think I showed my face was in 2019. So, this is me in 2025. Holy moly, I look way different. My hair is not working out right now, I'll be so honest. I know future me's gonna watch this and go, yeah, what the fuck were you doing, dude? Okay, and I know you're gonna make a comment on the facial hair. Zip it, dude. But today we're gonna be getting into a very fun production. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite meals. Bless you. The grilled cheese. So, if you know me in the slightest, you know that I freaking love grilled cheeses, man. Know me at all, you know that I personally, I love grilled cheeses, man. And I mean it, I'm a huge fan. I love grilled cheese. It's definitely one of my comfort foods, man. But, as y'all know, grilled cheeses are incredibly simple to make. So I'm gonna be making it with a little bit of an extra twist today. And I'm just gonna be, yeah, adding on a little bit more. I figured I might as well post because I haven't really posted in a while. So yeah, without further ado, let me get into the instructions. So first, what you're gonna want to do, hey, hold on. Look at Goofball. Yep, Priska is actually joining us. Chef Priska, what do you have to say to the camera, huh? Chef Priska's a huge fan. Huge fan. Step one is first, I already made one, so that's why it's kind of dirty. But first, get some oil. I actually prefer to use olive oil. I think it adds a little bit to the flavor. So I use olive oil traditionally, but actually olive oil is gonna take you a little bit longer. So if you want to go quick, what I would recommend you use instead is canola oil. Right here, yep. Canola oil traditionally has a very baseless taste, so you don't taste a lot except for the grilled cheese itself. And also is very clear and has a higher smoking point, so that means it's gonna be a lot quicker for you to make. But olive oil is gonna give you a richer flavor and gonna add on a little bit just that olive oil taste. What you're gonna want to do if you have ignore that. That's from when I just made it. I had oily and kind of buttery fingers. But if you are making it from scratch, then put it on about 4 heat if your stove goes from 1 to 10. If it's something like that, then put it on about medium. Or a little lower than medium. So I put it on 4, and now I just gotta wait a little bit. I already made some chicken soup earlier for my mom, little Priska. And the most important step is the butter. So the butter pretty much, you're gonna wanna soften the butter a little bit, right? But not too much, if that makes sense. So that it's kind of like gross. But what you're gonna wanna do, because I kind of forgot to take this out the fridge, what you're gonna want to do is just hold the butter for a little. It's kind of gross, but as long as you hold it on the packaging, it shouldn't really be too gross. Hold it for a little, and that'll kind of soften up the butter a little, so that when you're able to put it on the toast and spread it on the toast, you're able to make your grilled cheese even easier. Now, what you're gonna want for grilled cheese is obviously you're gonna want American cheese. You don't have to use American cheese, but for this one, I'm gonna be using American cheese. You're gonna want American cheese. You're gonna want 2 slices of bread. Preferably white bread, but you can actually honestly use anything really, but white bread is probably the best one. Same with American cheese. You can use any cheese, any bread, but white bread and American cheese are the most simple to make, the most simple kind of grilled cheese. Butter, and then if you want, I'm not gonna use this today, but some tomato soup. Now granted, tomato soup hits hard with grilled cheeses, but today I'm not necessarily in the mood for some tomato soup. So that's what you're gonna need for the basic ingredients. So remember, you're gonna want white bread, you're gonna want American cheese, butter, as well as olive oil and a pan, all right? That's all you really need. And with that in mind, you should just be able to make a very, very simple classic grilled cheese. So it looks like the oil is, yep, the oil is looking pretty good. Just did a little check there, so if you can check it and it looks a bit like wavy and stuff, and you can kind of see it shimmering a little bit like that, yeah, that means it's good. That means it's good to drop in. As you guys can see, it is on. Yep. No, it just turns on and off periodically. So then you're just gonna put it right directly over it. Now with the butter, I've been holding it long enough, I would say it's pretty melted. So let's get to the butter part now. I don't know how I'm gonna record this, to be completely honest with you. I have an idea. Hold on. I think this should work. So first what you're gonna wanna do, grab 2 slices of bread. So I've got American bread here, or white bread, Wonder Bread, to be specific. 2 slices, just like that, right? Now what you're gonna wanna do, grab that bag again and tie it up, right? Best way to tie it up, spin it like this. It's really fun, very easy. Make sure you always tie up your bread. You don't want insects, bugs getting in, you don't want too much air. You're gonna wanna squeeze it a little, but not enough to squish the bread. So just squeeze it a little to get some of that excess air out, and then just tie it like that. Place it down so nothing can get in. Now what you're gonna wanna do, get some butter. All right, grab your knife. If you got a butter knife, which you almost definitely do. Sorry. Why am I apologizing, dude? This is my channel, I can do whatever I want. So now you're gonna wanna grab some of the butter. Here's my butter, it's kind of warm. Grab some of the butter. Just cut out a few slices like that. Now, you may be thinking, that's a lot of butter. But you have to remember, but you have to remember, this butter that we're using right here, in particular, this is not necessarily for flavor. You're actually gonna be putting this against you're gonna be putting this against a hot surface, right? So you're not gonna be eating most of this. Most of this is gonna get evaporated. Most of this is gonna be, evaporated by the heat. So you have to remember, put on a lot of butter and be generous with it. Be generous with it. So just take a little layer off the top. By a little, I mean a big layer off the top. Take a lot of butter. Take a lot of butter. Also, it's just way better if you have too much butter. I almost always feel like there's no such thing as too much butter. To be honest with you, I'm a big butter fan. Yes, you're just gonna wanna spread it nice and evenly all over the toast. Make sure you don't miss any crucial spots. If you really want that nice and crispy edge, make sure you don't miss the edge there, because the edge can be the best part. And it looks like what I did, honestly, is I didn't warm the butter out long enough. I warmed it up enough where it's okay, but you know it didn't get warmed up long enough if the bread itself starts actually kind of breaking. That's not necessarily a great sign, to be honest with you. Take off some more layers, and this might be spread well, actually. Yeah, because it's a thinner layer, that's gonna spread really well. If you get thin layers of butter, on the other hand, it's gonna spread really well and not gonna break the bread. So even if your butter isn't necessarily warm enough, try to get thinner layers, because they're gonna spread very well, like that. Okay? Keep in mind, this is still, by the way, the first slice. That's how much butter you're gonna need. You're gonna need not about half a stick, but I'd say a quarter stick. You're gonna need a lot of butter. So there you go. Because again, I kind of had to. It's a little indented, but there is my slice. Now I'm missing a couple pieces here. I am missing some of the corners. I'm gonna just work on that real quick. But aside from that, that's looking pretty good. Okay, now all you're gonna wanna do is the exact same on the second slice. Now I'm not gonna show you guys that because it'll take a while. So cut to when this is done. Fact, you ever seen those little lines on the butter packaging where it's like, you ever seen it, like you ever want to go buy butter from the store and you see like how the butter kind of has these lines on it, but then when you actually buy it, it doesn't actually have those lines on it? You know why they market it with the lines? Because over 99% of the world's butter knives actually produce the exact same pattern, because about 99% of the world's metallic butter knives are all made by the same manufacturer, just under different brand names. Did you guys know that? So we're using the exact same knife right now. Did y'all know that? Kind of crazy, huh? Now, keep in mind the statistic is actually from the year 2000. So anything before 2000, these knives actually weren't manufactured. So these are kind of new knives. If you have knives from the 90s or from the 80s or 60s and blah, 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 they actually are going to be completely different. And that's why if you look at older butter commercials, the lines are actually not in those butter commercials. But nowadays, the lines are almost de facto, since majority of people own over 2,000 butter knives. Not over 2,000, but over over the 2,000 year border. You get what I mean. Yeah, pretty weird, huh? Pretty freaking weird, dude. Chef Priska is still waiting here very patiently. She actually hasn't barked once. She hasn't jumped up. She just, and I've noticed that about her. You guys want to know a fun fact about Priska? She heavily just enjoys watching people make food. And I've done it before. I've actually tested it. I've offered her some food. She won't take it. She likes watching it make it. And she likes watching people eat their food. I offer her the food. She will not take it. She'll like, sometimes she'll sniff it and then nibble it. She won't eat it. Cutest dog in the world, man. And most annoying. Boy, oh boy, there's some Priska tales y'all gotta, oh my lord. This dog, man, hey, this is a cooking video. I'm not even gonna get into dogs, man. That's the nastiest thing you could do. Okay, so now that we got both slices here, completely buttered on the side, what you're gonna wanna do, check on your oil that it's not burning. It's not, but it's going to soon. So what you're gonna wanna do is take a little bit of butter. This is my special step. Put it in the middle of the other side where you're gonna put the cheese. So put it in a little bit, like a tiny, tiny little bit. And I mean it like this much, not a lot, right? Which may seem like a lot to some people, but again, compared to the rest of the bread, not a lot. So like an average butter amount, if that makes sense. Like that, y'all can see that that's nothing, right? It's right in the middle. That's only to do one thing, and that is to make your oregano stick. So you're gonna take some oregano leaves like this, okay? You're gonna take some, open it, go on the non-buttered up side, like the not super heavily, and just sprinkle some oregano on there. That's not that much, right? Same with this one. Just enough where it's noticeable, but it's not too much. That's what you want with the taste as well. You want it so it's noticeable, but it's not overpowering. Next up, you're gonna grab your cheese slices. Now, cheese slices I'm gonna go get from the fridge. Come with me, actually. So now, with the fridge, we're gonna go inside. I'm gonna grab some Velveeta cheese, 2 of them. I like to do 2. You don't have to. You can also do 1 or 3 or 4. You can do whatever you want, dude. Take your 2 cheese slices. Don't feed it to the dog. Look at her. She will eat these. Oh, you don't get it. And then, there you have it. Ooh, I gotta censor that. There you have it. And then, put the cheese slices on the bread. So take a look. Now that we're here, grab your cheese slices like this. You're just going to want to open it like that. Take the plastic off. Love me some microplastics with my cheese, don't I? Although this is not cheese, dude. This is just plastic. Be so for real. I'm not kidding. I think it was a scientific study. American cheese is 2% milk or less. And I think it was a certain part of it shares a chemical bond, which is commonly also used in plastic. So you're eating something which is chemically kind of close to plastic. Oh, okay, so my bread is kind of breaking. That's not a great sign, but it's not terrible. So now what you're going to want to do is obviously put the cheese in between the bread, and that is it. You're done with the prep. Now time to get to the cooking. So what we're going to do now, one second, gotta kind of unbutter my hands so I can take the phone with me. You know, take it and just lay it on. You're gonna hear a nice little sizzle. That's how you know it's working. All right, now we're gonna place the phone over here. Can you guys see me? I hope so. I really hope so. I haven't actually checked yet. So if you guys can see me, there's the grilled cheese. I'm gonna go wash my hands. So now what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to grab a spatula, one of these, right? Because you're gonna wait a little bit, and traditionally you normally just let it sit. You can also press down, but I wouldn't do that until you've actually done one of the sides, because if you press down now, you're just gonna get the bread stuck to this. So you're gonna wait a little bit. I wouldn't say wait a minute. Wait maybe 30 seconds, maybe, 30 seconds to 45, and it's been about, say, 15, and you can check periodically. So if you want to, like, I'm gonna check right now. Okay, so a little bit from the last batch looked like stuck to the pan, actually. To get that out later. Some steel wool. Oh, and the cleanup will actually be included. I'm having some trouble here. Looks like the bread is too soft. Perchance too buttery. Yep, so if you check there, you can kind of see on the edges, it's not fully done yet. So we're gonna let it go some more. Now is when you can press, because now the butter is actually a little bit warmed up now that it's been there for a while. So it's a little warmed up, you can start to press. This will make it go faster. And it'll also spread out the bread as well. So you actually have a bigger grilled cheese, or it'll feel like it's a bigger grilled cheese. You'll have to take more bites. Pretty good. Not to mention, it's already gonna start kind of slightly searing the non-exposed piece of toast, the one that's facing up. Because your spatula is gonna be full of hot oil, so you can actually kind of press it down to start getting to work on this side. So here we go. Okay, as you can see, it's a little buttery here because I've been pressing for too long. It's okay. We make mistakes, and that's okay. And we can move on. I'm terrible at this, man. I love making grilled cheeses, but I'm such a baby because I don't want to burn my fingers with the hot oil. Okay. Okay, nice. That's looking pretty good. So, let me show you guys. Okay, got some chicken soup right there. I spilled some, it looks like. You actually noticed. So, if you take a look, that's the side we just did. Nice golden layer. You can go further than that though. You can. I prefer to kind of go with that layer. Also, you guys can see the setup. My mom is sick right now, so she has a bunch of medicine here. She's got pita chips, like pita bread made into chips. Pedialyte, a lot of pita. Pedialyte, this stuff sucks, dude. It genuinely tastes like garbage. Ginger chews, and then I have a glass and my laptop. So there's Priska again. Chef Priska, have you anything to say? Oh, you want... Hey, hit that like button if you're trying to give her a belly rub, man. Hit that like button. Sweetest dog in the world, man. Sweetest dog in the world. I mean that. Yeah, you're such a cute dog. You know that. Let me get that ear out your face for you, huh? You guys want to do something real fun with Priska? Oh, hello. Ooh, you guys want to do something fun? Okay. Watch this. Let's grab her a little health bar. Oh, you can see her. She's getting ready. Watch her reaction. And now, the moment of truth. Watch this. Priska, stay. Stay. Jump. Good girl. See? You're super freaking smart. Anyway. I think that this side is done. It's been about a minute. I gave it a little longer than the other one, so this one might actually be a little burnt, to be honest with you. See, I just kind of am not very good at making grilled cheeses. This thing is terrible. Okay. So you guys are just gonna see something really funny. But first, let me put the grilled cheese down. So that's how you make a grilled cheese, right? Just leave it at that. The steps I said were correct. I just kind of left it too long. I think the treat break was a little bit too much. Anyway, let's, first of all, most importantly, once you're done, turn it off. Press off, take this off the heat. Take it off the heat. You can worry about cleanup later, take it off the heat. You don't want that on the heat. If you're not using it, don't put it on. Secondly, put your butter away, okay? Put your butter away. Don't leave this thing out. Don't leave it out. Put the butter away. It'd be a waste. You don't want melted butter. So, put it in the fridge like I am right now. See? Put it right there. I'll be back to normal. Finally, take your plate with grilled cheese. Take it with you. Sit down. Prop your camera up. Here we go. So you guys want to see the funny thing? I did cook it for too long. Anyway, and finally, take a bite. Very good. That's very good. Highly recommend. Let's see if I can get a cheese pull. You guys think I can? I don't think I can. Oh. Not really. But that is how you make a grilled cheese. I would give this a 9 out of 10. That's right. Y'all forgot, on YouTube, I do out of 10 rankings. TikTok, I don't. YouTube, I do. 9 out of 10. Very enjoyable. Look, you don't have a lot of money. You don't have a lot of time. Use canola oil. Don't add in any extra steps. Just put butter on the slices, put cheese in between, just fry it or sear it. You know, just do that. Quick 5-minute meal. I'm not joking. 5 minutes. If you're looking for a comfort meal, add in some extra steps. Make some tomato soup. Warm it up. There you go. Cut the grilled cheese in half, or maybe make 2. Cut them both in half. Dip it in the tomato soup. That's a 10 out of 10. Very enjoyable overall. So that's kind of going to conclude it. I'm going to leave this with some finishing thoughts, you know. I'm not going to act like I didn't just have a kind of a reflection on the past 17 years of my life. I think I've changed a lot as a person. And you have too. You know, we both have. And times are going to be tough right now. Times are going to be sucky. I am not feeling good inside. But I can get through it. You can get through it. We can both get through it. And you know what helps us get through it a little? A simple grilled cheese. Times may be tough, but we are tougher. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching this interesting video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys like this format, let me know. If you didn't, don't let me know. I don't like hate comments, so please. If you didn't like it, just don't like the video. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. See you later.